This is a Gaylord one.
Yeah, Bernie could do that one.
Another thing that was very interesting at the induction ceremony here, I noticed that Tommy Suckamore called you up again to thank you for a special presentation. Could you just elaborate a bit on what that presentation was? It was a picture of a famous lacrosse player.
Yeah, it was Gaylord Palace. It was at, you know how I got that 5 feet tall picture that Twyla bought me at a comic book store? Well, we had a guy come and he took pictures of 20 by 24 inches, and Twyla and I donated one copy to the Ontario Lacrosse Hall of Fame and Tommy, and the other copy Tommy and I gave to the Aquasasti Hall of Fame. And I also got one I give to the Oshawa Hall of Fame and one to, I got it, now I'm really wanting it, Delby Palace of Six Nations. So there's one sitting there in Six Nations too. And, okay.
I was at the back of the room when that happened. Was there also a second presentation? Or was
Yeah,
it, the
it was another picture that Tommy had for Aquasasti to give it to Mike Mitchell.
Okay.
It was a women's lacrosse team.
Okay.
Or players.
He gave a picture of Gaylord too.
So he actually gave that picture of Gaylord.
Yeah.
Donated it to the Ontario Lacrosse Hall of Fame and to Aquasasti, and Mike Mitchell accepted it on behalf of the Aquasasti Nation. So what were some of your favorite moments today?
Oh, I think at the end, my speech at the end, I got wound up and like I had nothing planned. Like everybody said, you better make a speech, eh? And I'll do something. And then when Tommy said Twyla could do her speech, I thought, and he also said she could do the other one, the Gaylord Palace. I thought, oh God, Tommy's gonna be mad when because she's got one speech was 3 minutes. The other was 4 minutes. Well, there's 7 minutes. So I better not say too much, eh? So I didn't get on there and speak too long. Like,
Okay, I also noticed that you were wearing a suit today. Not a broken suit, but you know, the pants and a top match.
Yes.
That'd be interesting. I didn't know that you had owned a suit.
oh,
And maybe you can say, where did you get that suit?
okay.
Is that one you took from Wally or something like that?
No, I found a dead guy rolled it down the hill. No, actually, my brother's getting married next Saturday for the second and hopefully last time. And he took us over to this place where he got his wedding suit, and it cost him, how much was it? $18. The Village something.
It's Value
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 Village.
Village. Yeah.
So-
In Whitby here.
So we figured we'd get a suit for me at Sears or someplace. And we went, and then things, you know, like that would save a few bucks. So Louis convinced us to go to the Value Village. So get in there, and I see this suit, like a sports jacket, and there was nothing wrong with it. It fit me in. It was, you know, it was okay. It wasn't. It looked like some old bum was maybe gave it in, but we got it for what, about $12.99. And then the highlight though was, like, I have a weird shape and my pants don't fit. So for someone who has a stomach is quite bulky, yeah, usually the legs are about 40 inches long, but my legs are like 28 inches. So I tries on this one pair of pants. They fit. I didn't have to get them cut or anything. So I bought these pants for $5.95 and this silk tie for $1.95, and it turned out it has a price tag. It's pure silk and price tag of $50 on it. Then I found some old used shoes for $17. And so I got outfitted for about $40.
For $40
Yeah.
for the induction to the Lacrosse Hall of Fame.
The only thing was I didn't buy any suspenders or pants or belt, and my pants were falling down when I was walking up to the induction.
We
Did you
noticed
see
that, and I
Did
thought,
you
whoa,
stop?
I think that some of the people behind you were wondering if this is, really, you were gonna moon them by accident here.
That would have been funny as no pants.
And actually, this looked like a banker's
down.
gray pinstripe suit. One of the other things is that people commented on your hair. They've never seen it so curly. And that was that done specially for tonight?
Well, no, it was.
And how did you do that?
Well, I was gonna brush it like I always brush it, and just back where. And then Twyla, after I got it cut, she doesn't like it all laid down, so she was fluffing it up like this. And fluffed it up, and it was drying, and it just got like that, you know?
Oh, okay.
Just
So-
was uncombed.
I think the term now is then that we could consider you a metrosexual. Is that correct?
A metrosexual. What does that mean?
Well,
I never heard that.
I'm not sure, but the people out there in cyberspace would know what that means.
Well, I remember that when I had.
It's a complimentary term.
Oh, that's
actually.
nice. Because I was remembering back the.
Careful now, remember this is a family show.
How about? Well, this isn't too bad.
Yes,
Okay.
I think I remember the story, and it probably wouldn't be best to repeat that now. Unless I turn off the tape.
I won't tell that.
He's got a big mouth.
I think that was on the unofficial OLA, and you were banned for a period of time here for about a week or so.
No, not that.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
When did you get banned from the
That
OLA?
was a long time ago, when I was in Victoria.
What did you do?
Well, we can't really discuss it here.
Can't do it on there.
We'd have to turn the tape off here.
No, this story is not that bad. We could edit it out if it was just that Twyla and I had been emailing for quite a while, you know, maybe a year and a half, nice emails, oh, you know, how's your family, and we'd talk like this. Then one night I came home and I was feeling frisky, you know, like, what's his name on,
It's sort of like now, right? That you.
what's his name, right? You know, the guy.
I think you better shut
Trailer
up.
Park Boys.
Hey, I think you better shut up on your head.
Yeah, I don't think that we can talk about this here.
Oh, my old sir, Fred Sanford.
It's the big one.
Yeah, I've had something wrong here for about a week now. And I told Twyla I'll go see the doctor when after the holiday's over. But one of the highlights of this trip is going to be going to Lizzie Borden's bread and breakfast for a night. And that place is supposed to be haunted. A few people have fallen down the stairs and had fatal head injuries. And Twyla thinks she's sleeping that night, but there's no way she's sleeping while I'm laying there with my eyes wide open like this. And because I'll start to imagine all kinds of things coming. And maybe some of those things aren't really just imagined, you know?
I also understand they don't allow any pets there. Why is that?
I don't know why, maybe because they'll pee on the floor or something, but I was, like, I would really like to have Twyla's little yappy dog with us, you know, we're there. And there's no alcoholic beverages allowed either. Well, I can see that because the stairs are really steep. And we're sleeping in the room that Lizzie's stepmother was chopped up in. So there could be a few weird vibrations in the walls that evening.
Okay, we're getting on to about quarter after midnight here, so I think that we'll wrap it up. Unless you got something to say to your fans. Did you find out any more stats? How many people came up to you and asked them to find points and goals? And
no, I had the waiter come up to me and he wanted to know the Bible of lacrosse, how to get there.
Did you give him one of your cards?
No, because the cards were, I gave them all out at the Hall of Fame place, you know,
So you can see how important stats are to people. Surprisingly enough, you always wonder, well, you know, it's just stats in here. But when people find this out, this waiter lives in St. Catharines. He's heard about lacrosse, and all of a sudden he thought, oh, geez, I can look up some of the players here. Maybe they told them that I had a season of 50, 60 goals here, and that's very rare for a junior here. And he says, now I can check up on your stories here. I know that lots of times people try to trip up the Wamper, but
as years go by,
he hasn't been tripped up.
Exaggerate a
Yeah,
little bit.
as years go by, you become a better player, you get more goals. As Bob Hanna said, less penalties. I believe when he was doing the introduction, he said he only got 4 minutes in penalties in his whole career.
And
I believe he got that in about his first 5 minutes of playing.
When I remember, my picture of Bob Hanna, I remember, he was really big, and he was a good defensive player. And I remember he always had a cigar, but I imagine that he was probably not smoking the cigar when he was playing lacrosse. But I always have a picture of him in the old days when he had a big cigar. All those guys from the Redmond smoked cigars. Mike Gray and Bob, when I picture him playing lacrosse with a cigar.
A number of people today commented on the way the game has developed in the last 10 years from offense and defense here. Some of the older people didn't like it at all. Their feeling is that you shouldn't start playing offense, defense until you're at least junior age. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I definitely agree with them because it labels a person. You get a player and they say, okay, you're a defensive player. The kid doesn't get a chance to learn the offensive aspects of the game. He doesn't get to throw the ball. He gets rid of the ball and he just plays defense. But I hear that that's changing, that the rules are going to set it up so that you can't play strictly offense or strictly defense. They're going to go back to the old way of playing lacrosse.
Is it appropriate at the junior level, junior A level?
I would say do right away with it, get rid of it, but maybe you have to do it in steps, I guess. And there's a lot of things I'd like to see them make everything more consistent, like the size of the nets. Some leagues you have a one size net, the other league you have different size nets. The other rule about whether you can play in league playoffs. If one league it might be, if you played 3 games during the season, then senior B you don't even have to play a game of regular season. All of a sudden you can join a team in the playoffs. I like to see them make that consistent. So, whether it is if you have to play 4 games for a team in the regular season before you can play in the playoffs, make it consistent in all leagues right across Canada and in Canadian championships.
Well, my understanding is that you have to play no game during the regular season or the playoffs to be able to play in the Mann Cup.
That's true. That's true. That